Good morning, laddies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku became a king of the nomus. This What If is going to be a little bit different from everyone else's nomu or everyone else's What If, because the hold on just 1 second. Let me close my door. There you go. So, and welcome. Sorry about that. So, because sorry. So everyone makes their own versions of what if Zuko was a Nomu. They're just nah, that's too boring. This is gonna be unique. So let's begin. I'm also adding zooming to this what if and changing the beginning part. But I'll still include Zuko having a quirk. So let's begin. Zuko and Zumi were born. And they had a lot of friends. Bakugo, Todoroki, and Ochako. And at age of 4, or after the quirk doctor thing, both of them have quirks, exact same ones, but I can never tell which one's superior. Because Zuko's quirk is actually 2 quirks fused into 1. Basically, he has his parents' quirk and not a fusion quirk, but more of a listen to other quirks. So basically, he could listen to Flame's quirk, or Flames, and other quirks too. So, and he could use the other quirks as well, basically copying them. So let's begin. Okay. So, after that's out of the way, at age of 5 years old, Zuko got sick. He stayed home, and Zumi went to school because Zuko wasn't actually faking it. He was not actually faking it. It was actual real one. And but he hears some noises like crashes as he looks, or he gets up out of his bed. He's still wobbling around as he walks as he sees the 2 villains and broke into his house. Inko and Asashi were home, trying to take care of Zuko, but of course, the villains broke in and took both of them hostage, and Zuko was, basically two hostages broke free, and they both got shot in the right above their heart. So, yeah. And Zuko got stabbed in the chest by one of the villains. So, right down the middle with a sword. Because one of them had creation quirk. And the other one had a flame spreader. Yeah. So he spread fire around the entire apartment. And after the villains left, Zuko and Inko and Sashi to die. But Zuko he could hear teleportation power. So he teleports his parents into his own custom pocket universe. And yeah. And he did save their lives. So he gets up. Yeah. As he jumps out of a window. Oh. And some of you are probably like commenting oh, could he use his flame powers to control it to go out of a window? Yeah, he did that before. But his pain in his chest was too great. So all the flames were out before. But he wants to get his revenge on those people. So he recognizes those two villains as... So, yeah, he went into a forest. As his own pain, he sat down. He said to himself, if he dies, he'll go take him down with him. So, yeah, as All for One shows up, I can help you with that. And plus the doctor also says, or because he was with him at the time, I can help, as he helps him, and he got to the lab as the quirk doctor gave him some stitches in his chest thing, basically because he's trying, his willpower of his own flame quirk is pushing the blood and not through his heart because his heart exploded, but it's the only thing that's keeping him alive from. So they decided to grab someone else's heart and put it in Zuko's body, and yeah. Yeah. So then the next couple days, because Zumi, I need to find the picture. Where is that? Picture. Zumi, did got home, or actually was living on the streets thing, but she was kind of upset that because she thinks there was a huge fight and broke out, and she was kind of blaming her brother. That's what she thought was happened, like her brother did it. But she was living with Bakugo, because she doesn't trust, or she does trust Toroki, but his parents, Aaron's, yeah. So let's change it. So she lives with Toroki at his place for just until he figures out, or until she figures out who did it. Because she's kind of blaming her brother for it. So, yeah. So, but now we go back, or go to the custom, like, portal thing, like the Pocket Universe, where Inko and Asashi woke up. And she said, or one of them says, "Ow, my head. What happened?" 1 minute the villains broke in and shot both of us. But next thing I remember is now we're woke up here. What just happened? As a shadowy figure. And no, it's not like Kirigiri or the All for One. But it had a green aura of Zuko Midoriya's. It was his personal doctor. So he tells them that they were teleported because of their son teleported them to here. And I came to, like, stitch you all back up. And took bullets out and, like, rewind you all back before you got shot. So, how about Zuko, or how he's doing? Well, he has a wound, like the stab wound, in his chest. That's him. I'll just use that. He says that. He has no. But the villains came, or different ones. The All for One and the Quark Doctor. And Natasha knew who the All for One is. He's a villain, as Asashi says. Why is a villain like All for One trying to help our son? Because he wanted, or what Zuko wanted was to get his revenge on those people that killed both of you two. He's trying to avenge both of you from it. As Izumi, or Inko agrees. Yeah. But she kind of feels sad. But, so yeah. So Zuko, who, a time skip to 15, and it was time for him to, because he did, like, I think he did try to, like, because how angry he was. And all the quirks. Knew that Zuko doesn't actually trust All for One fully. And so All for One decided, okay, yeah, go ahead, and they're at these coordinates as he shows as Zuko looks at it, okay. I hope this is in the trap. Nope, they're actually there. So, he goes in and seeing both of them again. The two villains playing cards. And one of them is laughing like, did you see that sick guy's or sick kid's face when we shot his mother and his father? It was priceless, huh? As Zuko's, who comes out of nowhere, and the flames formed around the villains. And everybody's like, or both of them are confused of why. Hey. But then Zuko, who came and he had a knife on him. I'm trying to find the knife. It looks like an old school knife. But, oh, right there. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm trying to find the stupid old school knives things. Here. Yeah. This one, no. I'm trying to find the, oh, here it is. So, it kind of looked like that. Uh, so, yeah. As he tells his... So he says is that... Or actually, he just, like, killed both of them with that. So, yeah, and both of their quirks were now got taken away from them because... So, Zuko murdered 2 people in this What If. 2 villains. So, and they're actually spawners, so, yeah. So then he goes back to All for One. And, yeah. So, Zuko, who goes home, or, no, actually, he still lives on the streets. So then he learns how to control his... Or actually... Actually, the Quark Doctor controls his... Or no, not really controls anything. He is trying to teach him how to control it. Because what's inside of him is actually... He is a nomu. He's just a normal, common nomu. But he's a more advanced one. Some of you might not know what between common and higher-ups and the kings all have different stats. Basically, the commons are just the ones that we saw, or that you, audience, saw in canons, like USJ character, the Nomu, that was supposed to kill All Might. And he's a common. Kirigiri, he is another one. Hun. He's more of a higher up. But let's get back into the video. And please leave a like, share, subscribe. And peace out, y'all. And have a great day. Alright, with that, and thank you, Midnight. Now, let's continue. So, Zuko, who ends up with a... Because he is a common version, but he can... Or he's actually gonna be the king of the Nomus. Because out of his willpower. So, yeah. So he learns how to control his most powerfulest quirks. And because he can convert all those, or his quirk, into his powers, like abilities. So, yeah. So then he goes to UA. Or, no, actually, let me... To USJ. Or not USJ. I'm trying to think. So, a time skip to... Yeah, USJ. So, Zuko was one of the villains. But he didn't actually murder anyone. Or he was wearing a disguise. He's like his face was covered. But Zumi had this weird feeling that she knows him. Because she thought that she only saw 2 bloodstains, but there was actually 3 bloodstains. She didn't discover the 3rd one. Because she thought Zuko murdered their parents. But no, yeah. So he becomes, as he yeah. So he basically had his, so at the USJ, MHA, nomu, USJ. The nomu at the USJ was as wasn't listening to the handler say Shiraki-sen, and so yeah, so Zuko looks over at the nomu and tells him to attack everyone else except for that green-haired girl, as he points to Zumi. And keep her alive. As the nomu understands, and as he goes, and he doesn't kill everybody, he just or Zuko says just hurt them, not actually kill them, okay? Yeah, so then, yeah, he obeys, and then the whole All Might versus the Nomu thing happened, and then the whole thing, and Zuko looks over. You must be Zumi Midoriya, the last survivor of your family, right? As Zumi is terrified. Here. Zumi. Oh, wait. I don't know how to spell who. Zumi Midoriya. As she could not believe when she says, I'm the last Midoriya in my family? Is that what you just said? Yes. Yes. Because 2 idiots of our villains came in and murdered both of, your brother, your mother and your father. Heather. And she starts tearing up. Sorry, I was not sleeping. I was just biting my finger. So she teared up as she could not believe that her own or one of the villains told her that one of hers has killed Zuko and their parents. Yeah. So, after all that stuff goes on, let's see how long this video took. Oh, So, yeah. So, a time skip because Zumi is in like that same thing as what her brother would be from canon version. So when she heard that, she broke down sobbing as she could not believe that her own family were murdered by the villains. As she goes, so then after all of them gets out of there, Azumi was in the corner crying because as Todoroki walks over, tries to give her comfort, and yeah. So, sorry. So, yeah. So a time skip to All Might versus All for One. All Might was down, but not out. As All for One was about to shoot a beam. As Zuko was the first one awake before her. As he sees All for One, like, it's time for you to die. And Zuko's freaking out moment kicks in. And he says, he's gonna kill All Might? All Might's a good person. He's a good man. As his insides, as his body evolved into, like, as all the quirks screaming, kill him, kill him, make him suffer for all the pain that he inflicted onto others. As Zuko's power grew, as he became no longer human, he became that. He became more of a monster with unimaginable strength. I'm just going to use this for one. So, yeah. Just imagine him with wings and, yeah. So, yeah, as Zuko's rage took control of him, and before All for One shoots a beam of light, he gets punched right in the face. Or he's sending him flying into the opposite direction as he uppercuts him, kicks him around, as Zuko is mad. He became no longer human, he did not become, or he abandoned his humanity. Land of the living, he abandoned. So he became a monster. Yeah. As nomus they swarmed right out of the mountain ladies' hands as they assisted Zuko. As they all came, because all of them were reprogrammed to serve him. All their obedience chips actually disappeared, crushed, as all of them were beating around all for one faster than faster than All for One's regeneration. As All for One was down, begging for his life, to be spared. But Zuko had no mercy among his eyes, as he stabs right through All for One, pulls out All for One's heart and crushed it. And he goes and he retrieves I'll just say Yellow Ranger, knockoff version of Yellow Ranger. Because that's what they basically are. The wild pussycats are like Power Rangers, but they're knockoff versions. So, yeah. Basically, Zuko, who took the search quirk away from, out of All for One's body and quirk, and he lifts it up as he says, "You are dead," as he stomps right on his head, killing All for One. As he turns around, he teleports as he gives it back to the yellow lady. I always call her Yellow because she wears yellow too much. And so, how long has this video been? Okay, so, yeah. So, then a bunch of nomus that were under his control, or under his thing, basically, he grabs, or he walks over to, as All Might had to, because he thought he was gonna fight. He has to fight Zuko. But Zuko walked right past him, he tries to pick up the debris, as many nomus picks it up for him. Kindness from who saves his life. I never had a grudge against you, All Might. As he looks at All Might, when he said that, and yeah. So, Zuko ends up, he did tell Zuko that, Zuko tells All Might that, because you're still human. As he's leaving, as he like does a super jump, as all the nomus did like their super jumps and followed his lead, as he was in a forest. Because he was, yeah, so he's still like, he's ready to like create. I mean, he literally like went downstairs into the lab. Him and picks up the Quark Doctor's head. He tells him that the did you have any involvement of those people that murdered? No. Yeah. So then so Zuko was he became a king of the nomus. So all the nomus that were like in stasis things were already completed, and the obedience chips were removed, but they were completed. And they were like, some of them have a highest IQ of, yeah. So he ends up creating a little island, because, they actually, after that, they created an island full of these nomus kingdom, and yeah, because his pain, he was so much in pain that even, yeah, so don't shoot them down. As Detective All Might and All for One, so Detective All Might Zumi and Class 1A, Class 1B, some of the pro heroes went with them, and welcome guests to our abode. King Zuko of the Nomus. Nice to meet you all again. Well, they basically, so, yeah. So, this is going to be the end of this what if. So please wait for part 2 to be filmed. Peace out, y'all.